Hey, Mike.
Hey,
I really think that I'm so disappointed. You know how much I love Donald Trump. I die for him. He's our leader. But the way they're handling everything, shutting down. I mean, don't you feel like it's like screaming fire in a crowded theater? That the damage from the stampede is a million times worse than what this virus is going to be.
of
I mean,
course
the
it is.
people that are dying from this thing. If you look at the numbers, Steve Hilton had it the other day. The regular flu right now today, and the other one. I mean, more people die in shootings on the weekends than what's dying in. People
You know,
acting
you
like it's the end of the world. This is sick.
you know what it is. You know what it is. And I guarantee you, I was thinking about this last night because obviously I have the same reaction you do. I mean, you're going to cancel the entire
Thank you.
NCAA
NBA,
tournament.
NHL.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? You're gonna close Disney World. You're closing schools. You're doing da da da. You know what it is? It's
What?
litigation, Joe. It's litigation. They're afraid of being sued. Oh,
Are you
if
serious? Who are they going to
oh,
sue?
you're going to sue if you go to Disney World and you
Yeah.
claim that you got coronavirus when you went to ride It's a Small World. You're going to sue Disney. That's what
So
they're afraid of.
let Trump do an executive order. There's no suing. There's none of that. You can't sue. Just like the
I
federal
don't.
government, you can't sue them up to a certain amount.
I
I
don't.
mean,
Yeah,
something.
I don't. I
But you
guess
don't.
there's something you could do. I don't know that there's a way you can prevent somebody from suing a
And
private company, but
And,
that's
and
what
why
it
are you
is. They're
not talking about the healthy stuff? Like how many
right,
people have contracted this thing that you don't hear any stories on that they thought they
right.
had the frigging
Because that's
cold?
not sexy. That's not sexy. That's not sizzly. In China, as I started the show today, and I'll
Yeah.
remind everybody because you're reminding me to remind everybody of the 80,000 infections they got,
Yeah.
60,000 recovered and did just fine. So
So,
the vast
so why are we
majority of
shutting
people,
down the U.S. economy? I mean,
big,
we're going to have so much damage for
I know,
quarters and quarters to come
I know.
with no travel, nobody staying
You're
in
right.
hotels, no one eating. I mean, give me a
You're
break.
right.
I don't
I know.
understand who's advising Trump.
It,
He's so
it
smart. This is ridiculous.
litigation, my friend. They are
Oh my God.
terrified of being sued. I'm telling you, that's what it has to be. And I watched this in real time yesterday. I've got tons of friends that are working in New York productions on Broadway. And they were all meeting. The theater league had an emergency meeting. Oh, we got this guy sick over here, and we got this lady's sick over in this show. Oh, are we scared? We got to come in contact. Shut down this theater. Well, we're going to cancel tonight, but maybe we can perform tomorrow. And then, of course, the union, the actors equity union said we are in unsafe working conditions. That's it. That's all you got to hear if you're a producer. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. NBA. Who's going to go to the NBA? You got the player who's rubbing his hands all over the microphones thinking he's being funny because he didn't realize that he was going to wind up testing positive. So you got the image of the NBA player being so cavalier, he thinks it's funny to rub his hands all over things that other people are touching. Microphones, mic flags, notebooks. So somebody's going to go to an NBA game and say, oh, grandma got coronavirus. I'm suing the NBA. Now, to me, what's interesting financially is that I guess they're making a calculation that it's cheaper to shut it all down than face all the inevitable lawsuits that they'll be facing. And by the way, get ready for the lawsuits. You think that's not coming? I saw a guy on the plane last night. There was a story about a plane from JFK to Florida to Miami, JetBlue. Did you see that video? This guy gets on the plane. He's got a mask. Now, I'm not making this up, and I don't mean to laugh, but it's so dark, and it's actually comical in that dark humor kind of way. This dummy gets on the plane with a mask and gloves, and he's telling everybody apparently he doesn't feel good, sitting next to his wife. They take off at JFK. I guess they landed in Miami. As he lands, he looks at his phone. Hard to get, to your phone with the gloves on, but maybe he had those special gloves where they had little dots, on them, and you can get to your phone. And he gets word, you're positive for coronavirus. Oh, I'm positive. Then he tells the people on the plane when he landed that I just tested positive for coronavirus. You think there was a panic on that plane? They showed the guy being escorted off the back of the plane. JetBlue has banned him for life because they're so mad at him because he's getting on a plane with symptoms and he's worried. First of all, if you see somebody getting on a plane with a mask and gloves and he's moaning and saying, I don't feel very good, maybe you don't let him on that plane. I don't know. Let me go out on a limb here to say maybe it's not a good idea to let him fly. But he did, and now there's a fear that everybody on the plane got infected, or some people on the plane got infected. Now, I ask you, if somebody sitting next to that guy got infected, you think they're not going to sue JetBlue? Come on. This is the stupid world we live in, where people will sue at the drop of a hat and lawyers will take the case and they'll wreck our economy in a blink of an eye because they're going to get their 33%, the lawyer will, and the person figures they're going to get some money. New York City, right now, oh my gosh, people sue over tripping over a crack in the sidewalk and the stupid city pays them, which is why the taxes are so insane and absurd in New York. That's why people can barely live there because of all the settlements they pay. I'm not kidding you. I've shared with you stories. The kid that snuck through the fence, climbed over a fence and drowned, and his mother sued the city because the fence wasn't, adequate. Kid climbed over a fence. So this is where we are. And we have to accept it, we have to recognize it, and we have to realize it. We just do. And I am back to, you want to talk about financial liability, financial responsibility? Let's talk about China. Senator Tom Cotton sure did yesterday. A lot of people are focusing right now like a laser on the role that China has played in all of this. You want to talk about liability? You want to talk about some culpability? How about the rich Chinese country? The country of China. Here's Senator Tom Cotton. He yesterday was saying there will not be an excuse or a way that China gets away with this. This is Senator Tom Cotton on Fox News, courtesy of Grabian.
Well, Sean, if I have anything to do with it, they're not going to get away with it. They had their first confirmed cases in early December. They didn't report to the World Health Organization until late December. And then, as you said, they silenced whistleblowers. One doctor who tried to blow the whistle later got this virus, died, leaving behind a pregnant wife and a small child. They shut down the laboratory that provided the genomic sequence to the world. They are not going to get away with infecting the world with this Chinese coronavirus.
They better not. And before we start going bankrupt in all the people who need help, and there are lots of people. You think about parking attendants, people, hot dog salesmen, popcorn vendors, people whose livelihood depends on. Think about the Uber Eats and the food delivery drivers, airline industry, all these employees who are going to be dramatically impacted. There's an expectation that they're going to get financial assistance. So guess what? Guess what? If somebody is going to get the checkbook out, should it not be China?